Well, everyone, it's Wednesday, and we got a little bit of a shorter news of the week video today. There hasn't been a ton of news around the National Hockey League as of late, but we are going to talk about the stuff that we have heard over the last, I would say, week and a half? Let's go. First off, let's take a look at the trades around the NHL. Now, again, these date back to probably a week and a half ago. There hasn't been a ton of news, so I barely filled up one page here, to be honest with you. But regardless, let's take a look at the first trade here. The LA Kings acquired Phoenix Copley from the Tampa Bay Lightning in exchange for future considerations. Overall, obviously, Tampa Bay claimed Copley off of waivers from the Kings, and LA wanted him back and said, hey, we'll give you future considerations, which probably is going to end up being either cash or a 7th round pick. But regardless, they needed him back, so Tampa was just really nice and said, hey, yeah, we'll give him back, no problem. So there you go, there's that. And then the other trade that happened a couple of days ago, this one's more recent, the Minnesota Wild acquired Oscar Olausson from the San Jose Sharks in exchange for Kyle Masters. Yeah, Olausson, one of the brothers of Victor Olofsson. Definitely not as good as his brother, but still pretty decent. There will be a decent depth forward. And then Masters is a good defenseman there for a team like San Jose. Regardless, again, nothing really serious there. It's two minor league trades, to be honest with you. Moving into some signings/waiver claims here. Let's start off with the big news. Carter Hart has been signed to a pro trial contract by the Vegas Golden Knights. He is eligible to return and play NHL hockey December 1st. So he will start off down below in Henderson, and if he's good, I imagine he will get signed to a contract, which he probably is going to get signed to one, unless if he's like absolutely terrible, or maybe the backlash is too much for Vegas and they decide, no, it's not worth it to go down this road, and they decide to release him. But regardless, Hart is on a PTO there with Henderson in the American Hockey League. He will play there for a little bit and then come up to the NHL more likely than not. As well as that, too, you look at the waiver claims around the National Hockey League. Vincent Iorio has left Washington and is off to San Jose. Good for him. I mean, that's not me saying that, like, oh, good on him for getting out of Washington, but the Capitals didn't have a lot of room for him, and I really did look at him, and I believe that he is an NHL-capable defenseman of being like a bottom pairing, maybe middle pairing defenseman. So it's good on him for getting to a place where, you know, he's going to get a lot more opportunity in San Jose. And again, I think he's a good defenseman. I saw him play a lot in Hershey with the Hershey Bears, obviously because I'm a Phantoms fan, but regardless, really good play there from Iorio. And then Donovan Sebrango, this was a little bit of a time ago. He was placed on waivers by Ottawa and was claimed by Florida. So I think that Sebrango put up some solid numbers with the Senators in games he played. He was put on waivers for Nick Jensen, and as a result, he has been claimed by the Florida Panthers. So looking at some injury news around the National Hockey League here. First off, one that was announced very recently as of like today, Pierre Engvall will miss the rest of the 2025-26 season due to an ankle injury. He's already missed a couple of games already, and he is now going to miss the rest of the year. Yeah, that contract was brutal when it was signed. It was brutal when he was actually playing, and now it looks even more brutal when he's not playing. Not great, not great. Definitely a Lou Lamoriello move that is not looked upon proudly. Lou did some good things, like obviously trading away Nelson for Richie in that first. However, it hasn't been that great since then. Vincent Trocheck has been moved to LTIR. He was originally week to week with an upper body injury. That was a little bit of like a week or two ago. Trocheck, obviously, definitely not a great look. He's going to be out for a while here. We're not going to see him for a little bit. That's not good news for the Rangers for sure. Brady Tkachuk is out 6 to 8 weeks after surgery on his right thumb. That definitely sucks there as well. Tkachuk, again, is a big part to the Ottawa Senators. You guys, if you do watch the Northern Block podcast, you will know that LeBlanc has said repeatedly that without Brady Tkachuk, that team is completely different, and you're starting to see that here with Ottawa through their last couple of games here for sure. So it does suck not having Tkachuk on their roster. Jacob Markstrom is going to miss a couple of weeks due to a lower body injury, and that does not set a very good precedent because, again, the Devils, they need these guys. And if these players are staying injury prone and getting injured still, it's not going to be a great season. But the Devils still have been pretty good, though, despite not having him. And I think, honestly, he's been a very solid goaltender for them for a while, and it sucks that he's going to be on the injured list for a while here. Dmitry Kulikov is going to be out 5 months with a wrist injury, which is not great. Again, Kulikov, a big part to that Panthers team. I fear that the way I've seen Florida play the last couple of weeks, especially to start the year, it really does look like they're missing some of their guys. And it does feel like, Kulikov being injured and then Barkov getting hurt, Tkachuk's been hurt. It does feel like their guys seem to be dropping like flies. It's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal, to be honest with you. But, yeah, there you go. Kulikov out 5 months. And then Anze Kopitar is week to week with a foot injury. So Kopitar, obviously, in his last season of his career, he's going to miss a couple of weeks of it due to this injury. That really does suck, to be honest with you. It really does stink. But, yeah, those are your injuries around the league. Honestly, I definitely think that, for these guys to get down for their teams, it's not ideal, but I wish all of them a fast and safe recovery, obviously. And then one last thing here before we wrap up. I told you guys this would be a very quick one, but the NHL has canceled the Olympic send-off media event that was projected to be on the weekend before the Olympics officially begun. And yeah, this does kind of suck for Islanders fans because, again, they were promised an All-Star game that's going to come back in 2027, but there will not be that Olympic media send-off. They're just going to go off to Milan, or I forget where they're going. It's not Milan. They're going to go off to Europe, and there you go. That's that. They won't have a send-off for them, which sucks. Again, I don't really think anybody really wanted this, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody really wants an All-Star game. But with UBS Arena, they've been promising them something for a while. And as a result, they are going to get an All-Star game in 2027. We'll see how that goes over. But regardless, there's that. But there you go. That is your news of the week for October 22nd, 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I apologize for there not really being that much news, even though that's out of my control. There hasn't really been a lot for me to talk about, so these News of the Week videos have been kind of sparse, especially recently. But I say that, and then I'm going to get bombarded the next time I make a video. But let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.